Hello and welcome back to Welcome Home Humanity. I've talked a little bit about how we are trying to bring humanity back into the healing professions, particularly doctoring, sort of doctoring I do, spending more time with people, listening. And a lot of this comes down to appreciating the power of human interaction. It's going to be a common theme throughout this series. Something we're in danger of losing to a certain extent, particularly as technology advances and we start to rely more on artificial intelligence. We may become lazy with our intelligence and our understanding of creativity. In my practice, I work closely with natural health physicians, osteopaths, chiropractors, naturopaths, counsellors of all sorts, people who run workshops in meditation, mindfulness, etc. And I feel this integration is really important for all of us, and it's great to see, particularly in this country anyway, a sort of integration that's happening. Not quick enough, but certainly the people are wanting and demanding this. I think things could improve on all sides because of my interest in the power of human interaction and the power of relationships with nature. It is important that those involved in naturopathy work with this and work with their own energy, how that can influence this other person in front of them, so that they can encourage that person to heal. There has been a tendency, I think, to over-rely on a sort of prescribing of supplements, and that's all right to a certain extent, but often vital clues are missing from that person's history as regards to their relationships and the trauma in their lives. And I think a bit more time could be spent on that. So therefore the person is further empowered so that they just don't feel product is going to improve them. Having said that, I'm appreciative that what is being prescribed by naturopaths is considerably safer. It can be quite complicated and it can be quite expensive for people, and I think that more time could be spent explaining that. Also, I'm very supportive of how people can be guided into growing their own herbs, preparing the meals that are both nutritious and beneficial for them. There's a lot of evidence that if people eat at home, if they eat home cooking, irrespective of what that home cooking is, as long as it is not too injurious to them, then their health improves. So therefore giving the power back to the person is important. And because the natural health field has become very competitive, there has been a tendency, I believe, to over-treat and basically not hand over the healing back to the person. When it comes to acupuncture, I've noticed that there is a tendency for somebody to over-treat, treat too many times. What we're doing with acupuncture is opening the body to its own natural healing, and therefore sometimes very few treatments are needed, 2 to 4 or whatever, and certainly not too close together, because part of the skill of this is to watch how the body is responding. It's not us forcing the body into healing, it's us facilitating the body into healing. And if we use a technique like acupuncture or manipulation to allow this process to facilitate this process, then we should step back once that process is underway. And there's a commercial pressure, I think, for many practitioners to not to do that, but to carry on treatment unnecessarily. I try to assure the practitioners that are doing this that if they step aside, then eventually their practice isn't going to suffer. In fact, in the long run, people will appreciate this, and their treatments will be recommended to others. And so if we're using energy treatments, acupuncture, manipulation, therapeutic touch or whatever, then it's very important to stand back and watch and not over-treat. So that's where I think that we could improve. So that's a little bit about how we bring more humanity, ourselves, if you like, and our interaction with others, encouraging important relationships and healing relationships in the people coming to see us. So I hope that's helpful, and I'll see you next time about possibly how we can bring humanity back into the healing, not just the healing professions, but into the legal professions. Okay, bye.